Resume the recording here. So welcome to Backyard Yoga. We'll come onto our back. And permission to listen to your body, to override me at any point. You are your best teacher. And if the audio gets a little wonky or you can't hear me or the music gets loud, let me know. I know I don't have any music right at this moment, but it will be coming on. So lying on your back, if your back's feeling a little bit tender, you can keep your knees bent and knock them together. If you want the legs to extend long, you can do that as well. Arms can be long by your sides, palms facing up into more of a receiving posture. If you want to place a palm on your belly, palm on your heart, if that feels more supportive and nourishing to you, that's another option. And let's take 2 cleansing breaths. So inhale through the nose, open the mouth, and just let it go. You can make an audible ha sound if you'd like. And one more time, inhale, expand. Open up, sigh it out. And just let go control as you allow yourself to be supported by the earth. You're exactly where you need to be. And a couple weeks ago, we talked a little bit about these 7 steps to happiness. Smiling more, accepting more, appreciating more, loving more, being present more. And maybe today during your practice, there's a quality you'd like to take on. Something that you'd like more of in your life, maybe compassion for yourself even. Perhaps you're needing courage, hope, whatever that is. I invite you to bring that into your practice. But know that everything you need, your courage, your strength, compassion, love, everything you need is already within you. It's just tapping into that higher being. And then begin to deepen the inhale. If your hand's on your belly, actually let's place our hands on our belly, one hand on your chest if it's not there. Inhale and fill the belly full of breath, and you'll feel your hand rise. And then the ribs expand, the heart is lifting just ever so slightly. And then exhale in the reverse, down through the heart, narrow through the waist, squeeze out the breath. Feel the palm sink down slightly. And again, inhale, belly, ribs, collarbones. Exhale in the reverse, collarbones, ribs. Use your core, squeeze out the breath. So this 3-part breath we'll utilize throughout class this morning. If you're familiar with that ocean sounding breath where you constrict the throat, you can layer that in. On the next inhale, I'd like you to reach your arms straight up. So you're reaching up to the heavens, and then bend your knees if they're not bent. Have the heels next to the glutes. Inhale, stretch those arms, reaching straight up to the heavens. Maybe you look up, you're seeing some blue sky. And then exhale, reach your arms back behind you so they're hovering along the earth. Let the low back press in. Inhale, reach the arms straight up over the shoulders, so you're reaching up to the sky. And exhale, let the arms reach behind you, hovering just above the earth. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time, press into the feet and lift the hips up. Just reaching up to the fingertips, hips lifting up, warming up the glutes, opening up through those hip flexors, feeling the belly stretch here. Imagine squeezing a block between the knees. So you're internally rotating your thighs. Feel the shins moving away. And let's add movement with here. So inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, arms come down. You can lower your bottom down as well. Inhale, slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time as your arms reach up. Exhale, let the arms come down, hips slowly come down. One more time, reach up, squeeze the hips up, open through the front. Exhale, arms reach back. Let the arms reach back for a moment and take the feet straight up. So now the feet are straight up, and then reach the arms straight up. Let's make some circles with our ankles and our wrists in one direction and then the other. Pause that movement and just point and flex the feet. Press the belly into the earth. So you're really imprinting your low back into the earth. Inhale, open up. So like you're opening up a book, arms and legs. You control how wide. You're kind of going into this straddle here. And then exhale, you're going to close your book, left arm, left leg on top of the right. Squeeze those inner thighs, squeeze those biceps together. Inhale, open like a book. Exhale, right arm, right leg on top this time, squeezing. So inhale, open. The wider you go, the more your core is opening. Exhale, left arm and leg on top. Inhale, open. Right arm, right leg on top, squeezing those inner thighs, reaching through the balls of the feet. Inhale, open. Exhale, left arm on top, left leg on top. This time, bend your knees. Take your hands to your knees and slide your hands down to your shins. So your legs are like in a shoelace. They're in this tight shoelace where your thighs are kissing. Pull the knees into the chest and then slide your hands down to your ankles and pull your ankles apart. This should feel pretty intense. We're getting into our left glute there. Especially if you did that morning workout, you're probably feeling that. Should feel good. Now from here, you can actually take that into a twist. So your legs stay the same. And you're gonna just take your shoelace, knees and legs over to the right, and you can bring your arm into a T, arms into a T if you'd like, gaze over to the left. Now if this is too intense, you can unwind your legs and just bring the knees together and take a twist without that bind. So just finding a nice twist here, gazing to the left. Think about the hip pressing forward and down. I did this earlier this morning. I had a nice kind of adjustment in your low back. So you might notice some cracking, or just some stretching there. Firm the belly on the inhale, bring the legs back to center, unwind, reach all four limbs up to the heavens again, and let's just shake out. Just shake it out. Just kind of move in the body, the lymphatic system, just shaking off any energy, any of that negative energy that's built up, just flicking that off the body. And then pause that. Imprint the earth with your low back. Inhale, open the legs. Exhale, right arm on top. Inhale, open, use your breath. Left arm on top. Feel that core isolating 2 more times each side with your breath. It's your breath, your practice. Just keep moving through that. And next time the right arm and right leg is on top, let the right thigh kiss the left thigh. So you're letting the knees bend. Take your hands to your knees, pull your knees into your chest. Maybe even curl up this time, chin to the chest, just bring those knees in. Maybe that's enough of an intensity for you this morning. If you want more, let the hands slide down your shins, your ankles, and you're gonna pull your legs away from each other. So you're pulling in and then away, and that's where you should feel this juicy stretch in the right glute and hip. Also squeezing those inner thighs. As you're ready, take your arms into a T and gently let those twisted legs go over to the left, or you can untwist them and come into just having the knees together. So you decide. Maybe you're going for a double wrap too, where you wrap your toes behind your left ankle or calf. Head can roll in the other direction. And firm the belly. On the next inhale, come back up to center. Unwind the legs, reach the limbs up to the heavens. Let's circle those joints again. Just open and close the fingers and toes. We need to give our feet and our hands some extra love today. And then squeeze the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a squeeze. Maybe you want to hold the elbows and really squeeze in. And let's exhale, roll into a little ball, tuck in, chin comes in. Inhale, relax the head down. Exhale, squeeze it in. Take your hands below the knees, down your shins. We're going to rock forward and back. Maybe your feet are coming way over your head, or maybe you're rocking a little smaller today. And you can either rock up to tabletop position by crossing ankles, or you can turn onto one side and press on up. Let's find some flexion and extension for the spine. So go right into your cat-cow here. Make it flowy, make it fluid. What feels good to you? Flipping the wrists. Really want this to be intuitive. What feels good? Notice as you're inhaling, you're looking up, sit bone spreading wide, tailbone tipping up. As you exhale, you're pressing into the heel of the hands, maybe the tops of the feet, the knees can lift. So just really connect that breath with the movement, pulling in that good oxygen. That are all around you. Coming into spring. And then let's find that flat back, flat back. Let the pelvic floor lift in and up, belly's in and up. And then take that left leg straight out from the left hip, coming into a fire hydrant. So you have this 90 degrees going on. Stay firm through the hands. You can either stay here or add that opposite limb, that right arm, into a goalpost. So we're making these 90-degree angles here. 90-degree angles. You're just holding these 90-degree angles. Then as you inhale, let the leg reach back, let the arm reach forward. You're pulling yourself apart. Tug of war, pull apart. Breathe here. Keep hugging those organs in. Look straight down. Let the shoulders slide down the back, even though the fingers are reaching in the opposite direction. As you inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. As you exhale, 90-degree goalpost, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Feel your core working. Inhale, reach. Feel that left butt cheek working. Squeeze. 3 more. Stay firm through that left hand and shoulder. Keep your hips as level as you can. You're working your core here. And then release it down. Let's make some barrel rolls. Just let the head hang. Shake it yes and no. And we'll go into the other side. So start with your table. Once you feel nice and firm, pelvic floor lifted, belly hugging in, without moving your body other than your right hip joint, let your leg come out to the right. Fire hydrant. I like to flex my foot. See how high you can get that. Activate that right glute medius. Staying here just with the one leg or adding the opposite arm. So left elbow comes out from right shoulder, fingertips reaching forward, holding here, breathing. As you inhale, feel the length of the spine. As you exhale, hollow out the belly even more. And the next inhale, reach the leg back, reach the fingertips forward. Couple breaths here, just stretching yourself apart. Maybe you want to make some circles with your ankle or your wrist here. If you're a multitasker. Otherwise, just holding. Let's flex that back foot, reach through the fingertips, make sure the shoulder's still squeezing down. Inhale, pull yourself apart. Exhale, bend knee and elbow, goalpost, and fire hydrant. Inhale, stretch apart. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, stretch apart. 3 more times with your breath. 2 with your breath. And 3, release it down. Take the knees wide, bring the big toes together, sink into that nice child pose. Let your arms reach along, foreheads on the earth or on stacked fists. If you want, you can also take your arms along by your sides and just let your shoulders round if that feels better. Massage that third eye, let the hips rock side to side. And perhaps a mantra with that intention as you inhale, I am. As you exhale, compassionate. I am hopeful. Taking your hands by your shoulders and slowly pressing up to a tabletop position again. Walk your hands forward, 1 or 2 handprints. Let's tuck the toes under and lift the hips to the sky, but keep the knees bent. So we're starting in a knee bent downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, gaze between the thighs. Spread the sit bones wide, lift your sit bones up to the heavens. Let the head just be heavy. Shake it yes and no. You can stay with this knee bent, or if you want to go ahead and just straighten the legs as much as it's comfortable, but keep that long spine. Really get sassy in the butt. Let's take a turn on our turntable here. Knees can be bent or not. Inhale the heels up, and then just take your feet over to the right. So you're dropping your feet over to the right, so you're on the side of the feet. They're parallel to the back of the mat, and then inhale, come back to center, and then take your heels over to the left. So you're just going on this little turntable, shifting your weight, stretching through the waist, the low back, the hips. Pause in your bent knee, downward facing dog. Exhale, completely look forward and walk your feet up to your hands and take a nice little forward fold here. Nice ragdoll. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Letting the hips sway side to side. Hands can come into the crooks of the elbows. You can be gentle. You can be more vigorous. Just really folding yourself in half here. So it's not just your hamstrings. It's really lengthening through the spine. Yeah, gaze between the thighs. So just gaze up at the sky. Let the head, crown of the head come closer to the feet. Release the hands down to the left. Let's take a twist. So just walk your hands over to the left. Feel your right hip moving back. Navel hugs in. Inhale back to center. Creep your hands over to the right. Inhale back to center. Inhale, half lift. Take your hands to your shins. Hands press into your shins. Shoulder blades squeeze together and down. Hollow out that low belly. Firm the thighs. Crown of the head reaching forward. Stay here and take your arms out into a T, palms facing down. So we're using our limbs as levers here a lot today to challenge your core, to strengthen your core. And the taller you are, actually, the more challenging yoga can be because you have these longer levers. They're further away from your center of gravity. So pull yourself apart. You're still in this position. Your fingertips are reaching apart. Your sit bones are reaching back. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Pull yourself apart. Breathe in, get big, get broad. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Fold in half. Inhale, half lift. Take your T arms again. Exhale, drape down. Just let it go, 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 go. 2 more times. Inhale, open half lift with the T arms. Exhale, drop. Inhale, half lift T arms. From here, we're gonna stand. So press into the 4 corners of the feet, turn your palms up and press the air up, 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 up as you come to stand. Press the palms together and exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side, up overhead. And we're gonna take a twist with our arms. Inhale, reach the right arm back, left arm reaches forward. Look at your right fingertips. Try to keep your hips square to the front. Firm in the feet. Stretching apart, opening through the rib cage. Inhale, lift your arms back up, look up. Exhale, left arm comes down, right arm reaches forward, taking a T over to the left, opening through the chest. Gaze back over those left fingertips. Inhale, bring the arms up, interlace fingers and press the air away. Bend the knees a little bit, so be a little soft in the knees. Press into the 4 corners of the feet, really ground down and let your chin tuck slightly. So much of the time, our chin is jutting forward. Probably more so if we're sitting at computers more now. So let that chin tuck a little bit. Hollow out the belly, feel your strong mountain, and then go ahead and straighten the legs. Lift the kneecaps. Inhale, get big and broad. As you exhale, bring your interlaced fingers behind the low part of the skull here, this occipital part of the low part of the head. And I want you to press your head into your hands and let the elbows press open. So it's pressing back, head pressing back. And it's sort of this resistant. Head is pressing back, interlaced fingers can press in, so you're resisting and elbows are opening. Just aligning the spine a little bit more. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, take your arms into T, and let's just make some circles with our wrists. Again, we're getting into those wrists. And then bring your hands to your shoulders, and let's make some circles with our shoulders. You want to do more of a back stretch or a backstroke? What feels good to you here? Switch directions. Great. So we're going to use our breath now. Coming again to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, we're gonna dive forward. You can swan dive. You can take your hands down your legs, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back, drop your left knee down. Take your hands onto your thighs and rise up. Rise up, a nice low lunge here. Take your right hand to your right hip and reach that left arm up and over. We go over, up and over, a giant beach ball to the right, stretching that whole left side body. You can look up, you can look down, stay firm. Your left knee, squeeze your left butt cheek, should feel really good. Open through that left side body. Inhale, reach the left arm straight up, right arm straight up. Look up and take a little goalpost here, nice back bend. I see the beautiful crescent moon right now, right in my line of sight. It's beautiful. What do you see in the sky there? Inhale, reach the arms up, get tall. Exhale, frame that front foot, tuck your toes under, and we're just gonna rock forward and back. So it's just this runner's lunge. Now, if you prefer to have your knee down, if you wanna go into it more that way, like we've been doing that the last couple times in class, but try having the knee up. So you're going from straightening both legs, pressing your belly to your right thigh to rebending into it. Yeah. Inhaling, you can come forward, exhale. Make it juicy. If you need blocks here or to have slightly open fists, should feel real good. And then let's add a twist into this. So keep the right knee over the right ankle and lift your right arm up to the heavens and twist, looking up, dragonfly twist. You can drop that left knee down. Gonna take us deep here. So drop that left knee down, roll onto the outside of the right foot. So it's sort of like this lizard twist. If you want a little more, you can lift your left knee and roll onto the outside of the left foot and let your right arm fall open. So find your shape here and breathe. One more big inhale. As you exhale, bring that left knee down. If it was lifted, look down, frame that front foot, tuck the back toes under, bring your right foot to meet your left. Plank. We're gonna do 3 push-ups here. Knees can be up or down. So you can drop your knees if you want, and they're yoga push-ups. So as you inhale, you come slightly in front of your wrists and you squeeze the elbows in, come halfway down. Feel your triceps. Inhale, press up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, press up. Exhale, halfway. Let's hover here. Just hold here. Squeeze those elbows and feel your triceps working. And then release all the way down to your belly. Keep your hands where they are. Press the pubic bone into the earth, hollow out the low belly. And inhale, let the crown of the head reach forward and up and hover your hands. Press into the tops of the feet. Look up. Little baby cobra. Exhale, release the nose and the hands down. Inhale, come up again. This time press into the earth. Maybe you're lifting a little bit more up. Look up. Breathe here. Feel your front body opening. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep hollowing out that low belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, bring it down. We're gonna do that again. Inhale, maybe you're lifting a little bit higher. Imagine pulling the earth back with your hands. Your heart's lifting forward and up. And then exhale, bring it down. Take your heels towards your glutes, press into a modified plank, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog, or if you need a child's pose, it's there for you at any point. Just gonna check and see how we're doing. Everyone doing okay and volume's good and everything? All right, awesome. Get your butts in the air, ladies. Spread those sit bones wide. And actually, let's take our downward facing dog wide. So widen your feet, wider than your mat. Press away from the hands. Feel such a nice length in your spine. It's a new day. Feel your heart opening, calming the nervous system with your head, relaxing down, balancing your hormones. You can do this pose anytime you need. Get your kids to do it anytime you just need to reset. Take your feet back to hip width distance in your down dog. Bend the knees, exhale completely, look forward, and we're going to bring our left foot forward, drop our right knee down. So we're in a low lunge on this side now. Take your hands to your thigh. Press your torso's lengthening up, hips are pressing forward. If you're not feeling very much, tuck the back toes under and walk that knee back even more. So you decide if you're more like this, you're not going as much into this hip flexor, but you find your edge. And then take your left hand to your left hip and reach that right arm up and over. Stay grounded in the left foot, squeeze your right butt cheek and open. Inhale, reach the right arm straight up, left arm straight on up. Exhale, interlace fingers the awkward way behind the low back, and then squeeze together, look up, lean back. Elbows squeezing together, looking up. Feel the left hip moving back, right hip moving forward. Inhale, release, lengthen up, lift out of your pelvis. Exhale, frame that front foot, tuck the back toes under, and here's where we get to rock forward and back. So bending that front knee to straightening it. You can also have your knee down. Yeah, what does your heart say? What do you need? What feels good? Inhale, open, look up. Exhale, look back of your mat. Inhale, bend and open. And then let's add that juicy twist that can turn into a lizard. Okay, so keep your right knee is down now. Right hand is down, and lift that left arm straight up. Look up, follow it with your eyes. Open your chest. You can even let that left arm open and just lean back. From here, you can roll onto the outside of the left foot. It's gonna target this hip here. You can also come onto the outside of the right foot and lift your knee up. Breathe. Squeeze the inner thighs. One more big inhale. As you exhale, look down, release your right knee. Plant the hand, come into your plank. Let's take a vinyasa flow. So we have our push-up, inhale, come forward, exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, find your cobra or your upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze between the inner thighs. And anything that feels good here, pedaling your dog, turntable. Certainly if you need a child's pose, if your shoulders need a break, or if you need a half dog, knees down, that's there for you. Gaze at your belly. I am here. On the next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, stepping your right foot forward, suctioning the back heel down at an angle, and rise up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one, run. Right hip moving back, left hip moving forward. Bend that knee nice and deep. Stretch the mat apart like taffy. Turn the palms forward as you inhale, get tall. As you exhale, press the air away, hinging at the hips. It's a thunderbolt with your body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, thunderbolt. Using your breath. Inhale, bloom and open, look up. Exhale, press, 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 press. One more time. Inhale, really lift at your pelvis. Each time you're finding more space in the spine, in the body. Exhale, palms facing up, pressing back. Stay here. Squeeze a walnut between your shoulder blades, strengthening those rhomboids. Reach the fingers back, crown of the head reaching forward. Shrink the mat like taffy. Shrink it, pull it together. If you want to add a little bit more, body stays the same. Reach the arms forward. Using those levers, let me see your levers. If your low back is bothering you, I'd keep your arms back. Otherwise, reach them forward. Really nice. One more breath here. Stay with your breath. If your arms are back, reach them forward for a moment. Firmly press into the feet. And inhale, lift the arms and the torso up, and then left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. We're strong warriors here today, mamas. Turn the palms up, let the shoulders drop down the back. Squeeze the arm muscles to the arm bones. Sink a little bit more as you exhale. Legs are in cement. As you inhale, you lean back, exalt your warrior. Open through that right side body, bend the knee even more. Maybe look down at your left foot. Maybe left hand reaches around to right hip crease. Reverse. Use that full exhale to come back into your warrior 2. Then we're gonna bend the front elbow, bring our hand to our forearm. And this time I want you to sweep that left arm down in front of you. Inhale, and then pause when it's at that angle. So that's helping your shoulder to internally rotate. If you want more, you can take your right hand down to the mat. I'm going to stay right here. If you notice that your hips are a little bit high, sink a little more. Nice long angle here. Look under the left palm. We're going to flow with this now. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, gracefully lean back. Feel the wind on your skin. Breathe in that oxygen. Exhale, warrior two again. Inhale. Take that, sweep that arm under to open that left side angle. Squeeze shoulder blades together. A little bit of back bend here even. Open that chest. Inhale, exhale, warrior one. Inhale, reverse. So just do a couple times. Inhale, warrior two. Lateral side, I meant warrior two. So just move with your breath through a couple more times. Feel your strong legs working, sink in a little bit more. And then we'll meet in that warrior two. Take your hands to your hips. Turn to the long edge of your mat. We're going to turn our feet in here. We're going to do a lion's breath here just to release our jaw, any tension. So hands can stay on your hips. So for lion's breath, you breathe in through your nose and then you stick your tongue out, you bug your eyes and you go, yeah, it's pretty cool looking. So you inhale. And then when I do it in kids yoga, I use my little lion claws. So you inhale. So let's do that 3 more times. Just releasing any negativity. 1 more time. Take your hands back to your hips. Inhale, open your heart. Lean back, take the elbows towards each other, look up. And then exhale this time. Hinge forward. Take your hands down to the mat. Nice wide-legged forward fold. So you can get your head really close to the earth. Even bend your knees. Get your head close to the earth. And then lift up through those hips. And just gaze right past your groin there. I want you to really look up, because as you look up, we look where we want to go. The crown of head's coming lower. I'm pressing my hands into the earth, pressing them forward to bring my head closer to the earth. It should feel really good. On your inhale, half lift, take your hands to your hips, squeeze the elbows behind you. Exhale right there. Inhale, come all the way up, 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 up. Very nice. Turn your left toes to the back of the mat. We're going to go into the left side now, starting with our warrior two. We're going to start here, warrior two. Turn the palms up, let the shoulders slide down the back, let the crown of the head reach up, gaze over that middle left finger. Then turn the palms back down. Sink into the legs. So find your legs. These are going to stay in cement while we move and flow with the upper body. As you inhale, turn the left palm up and lean back, lean back. How much space can you take from the left hip crease up to those left fingers? Turn your head into the hip crease. Leaning back, breathing. Full breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, bend that front elbow. Take your right arm down. You're making a half circle. Bring it down and around. And then stop when it's in line and this nice angle on your right side here. Parsvakonasana, lateral side angle. Let the shoulder be in its socket, but you're opening your chest. You're spiraling it up to the heavens. Breathe here. Really sink into those legs. I'm guessing my boot campers are probably pretty sore in their legs. Inhale, right arm, or exhale, right arm comes down and we're back into our warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Reach the arms into a T. Inhale, lateral angle. Right arm reaches up. Open that shoulder. Exhale, warrior two. So legs are the same. Inhale, lean back. I want to see you guys flow through this a few times. Really nice, everyone. Looking good. Feel that sunlight. Feel the air. Allow your breath to move. Next time you're in warrior two, let's stay in warrior two, and then take your hands to your hips and square your hips into warrior one. So warrior two, we're open. Warrior one, our left hip is moving back, right hip is moving forward, facing the back of your mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. And wiggle out of your pelvis. So really lift the ribs up off your pelvis. Get narrow in your waist. Look up for a moment. Pull in all the grace you need today. Breathe in that fresh air. And then as you exhale, turn the palms forward. We're going to hinge at the hips, coming into that thunderbolt. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge. Press the airways like you're pressing through peanut butter. Inhale, rock the arms and the torso up. Exhale, hinge forward like you're crossing a finish line that's in front of you. So do this a couple times with your breath. And then next time you're back, holding back. Palms are pressing up. If you want to even do some little pulses, you can do that. Squeeze that walnut between your shoulder blades. Let your heart open more. Hug the belly in even more. Press into the outside of the back foot. If you want more, reach those arms out in front of you. Use your levers. Hug the belly in. Keep the hips square. Maybe bend the knee a little bit more. Breathe. On the next inhale, firmly press into the feet. Reach the arms up. Back to warrior one. Take your hands to your hips. Let's turn to face the long edge of the mat. And let's heel toe the feet together. And just shake it out for our balancing. You guys are doing great. So take your hands on your hips, shift all your weight into your left foot, and allow your right knee to begin to come up. We're going to go into a tree. So for some of us, we're just going to open through the inner thigh and have a little kickstand down here. Others may grab their right ankle and press it onto the thigh. So find your tree here today and feel energy wherever that foot is on the leg. The foot is pressing in and the muscle in the leg is firming. And then grow your tree today. Lift your heart. Open your tree. Feel that bent knee pressing back, down, and in. Energy. Bring your hands to heart center. Find energy here. It's okay if your ankle is adjusting, especially if you're on grass. This is harder than being on a firm surface in a yoga studio. Let's see if we can do a bendy tree. So take your right hand to the inside of the right knee. So you're pressing it in there, your elbows pulling in, and you're going to lift your left arm up and over, kind of how we did earlier when we were in that low lunge. So we're wanting to open through these inner and strengthen these intercostal muscles that help us to breathe deeper. Want to trim our waist for the Brookshade pool that will hopefully be opening, God willing, here next month. If you want to look up, yeah, really nice. You fall out, you can get back in, and then inhale back to tree proper, and then release your right knee forward and flex that right foot. You can stay here. We're going to take this into a dancing Shiva. So left hand can come to the outside of the right knee, or you can grab your big toe, but you're going to reach your right arm back and look back. So again, we have options. Either that knee is just lifted, or left hand comes to the outside of the right knee or grabs the toe, and then you reach back, look back. It's a twist. Open your chest. Bring your awareness to your spine. Bring your right shoulder blade closer to your spine. Twist, twist, twist. Lift that knee a little bit higher. Breathe. Keeping the knee up, bring your torso back to center, hands at prayer. From here, we're going to go into a quad stretch, or it can also be a dancer. So let your right heel come back behind you. Take your right hand to find the shoelace of your right foot, and then your left hand can come onto your hip. Staying here, or your left hand can reach up, and you're just going to kick into your hand, opening through that quad. Or you can hinge at your hips, kick, 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 and reach forward with your hand. Today I'm actually just going to bring my heel to my glute and take both my hands on my right shoelace and just squeeze in. Squeezing my knees together, finding that quad. Breathing here, one more big inhale. If you're in that dancer, see if you can hinge a little bit more, pull yourself apart. And slowly we'll bring our right leg back down. Nice job. Give a little shimmy, a little shake. Other side, feel grounded in your right hip and find your tree here. So just opening through that inner thigh. Hips are still square, but we're opening through here. Kickstand, lower leg, upper leg. And then you decide what you want to do. Maybe you like that interlacing of the fingers, maybe a goalpost. You want to make some circles with your arms, smile on your face. I smile more. Feel yourself get taller, get bigger and broader. Staying here, if you want to add that bend, take your left elbow in, take the back of the left hand, front of the knee, and then reach that right arm up and over. Whoa. And again, it's more challenging being on grass or a carpet. See how much of a bend. Maybe you want to try looking up. That's going to make it even harder. Just keep breathing. If you come out, come back in. Usually my right side is stronger, and be curious about which side is stronger. All right, bring your bendy tree back up. Bring your hands to your heart. Release that knee straight in front of you. Maybe you're going to stay here, or going into that dancing Shiva. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, or you can grab your toe and then reach the left arm back behind you. And then can you twist and look back at those fingers? If you need to keep looking forward, that's okay too. But feel that opening in the pec. Squeeze the belly in more so you can get more of a twist here. Lift the knee a little bit higher. We want it parallel to the earth. You can use this hand to twist more, your hand on your knee. Then from here, keep the leg lifted, unwind the torso. Left hand can find the left shoelace. Reach the arm up. You can hinge at the hips and just hold on. But squeeze the knees together. Let your heart shine. Breathe. Building concentration and balance on and off the mat here. 2 more breaths. We are free. Feel that glorious air on your exposed skin. Slowly come back up. Release it down. And I have one more standing posture for you guys. So let's come into our goddess. And I have a song here. So I want you to bend the knees, bend the elbows. Feel those knees pressing back, feel the hips pressing forward. In fact, take your hands to the outside of the knees, and it's almost like you're trying to fold your knees in, but then you're gonna resist. Resist. And then let's stretch our shoulders. So just take your hands above your knees and let your right arm, right shoulder press down and forward. You can look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back up and let that left arm, shoulder press forward, look over the right shoulder. And then come back up. So we're getting a little edgy here. Just gonna build some more strength. Also stretch the shoulders, stretch those inner thighs. This is feeling a little easy to you. Let's pick up one heel or even both heels. Yeah, we're just building some more heat, some more fire. Just burn off any fear, doubt, or any negativity. So there's space for all the goodness, all the oxygen, all the life force to come in. If this is still feeling like you want a little more or something different, take the heels down, take your right hand Lower leg stays the same. You're just going to tick-tock, right hand in front of right foot. Left arm reaches up. Legs are the same. Look up. Open your chest. Spiral open. Yeah. You can also use the block here, slightly open fist. Yeah. Knees are pressing back. Drop your hips even more. Breathe here. This is hard. This is edgy. You want out. Your mind's saying, I don't like this, but you're deciding to stay. You're not letting your mind control you. You are making the choice to stay. On your next inhale, come back to your goddess if you did the tick-tock, and we'll go over to the left side. Left hand in front of left wrist. Open your chest. Look up. Knees pressing away. Breathe. I smell honeysuckle. Breathe in. Experience this moment. Experience the discomfort here so that when it's uncomfortable off your mat, you can stay and just breathe with it. 5 more breaths wherever you're at. You have this. From the belly, if you're in your tick-tock, inhale, come back up. Let's do it 5 more. I know I said that was just 5, but let's do 5 more. We have this, ladies. Sink into it. Stay with me. Stay with me. Exhale, get low, 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 and then inhale, straighten up. Heel toe the feet together. Woo! Give each other a high five. Very nice. If you want to do a vinyasa with me, come to the top of the mat, reach the arms out to the side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, dive deep all the way down. We're just going to wring this out. Let it go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, firmly plant the hands. Find your plank, your high to low push-up, your cobra or your upward facing, and then your downward facing. 5 breaths in downward facing, or if you'd like a child's pose like me, go for your child's pose. And just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be right there. I am courageous. I am free. I am nourished. You're invited to stay in a child's pose, or if you're ready to roll yourself up here to sit on your knees, we're going to find a shape and hold this shape. And it's a yin posture that's held longer. And this is where you create space, where you work through the fascia, where you find that space in your physical body. And then that allows you to find more space in your emotional body, in your mental mind, so that we can stay more steady, so that we can respond versus react. So I'm going to be teaching frog pose, and we have lots of variations. So I first want you to start, and you might want to turn sideways on your mat or pad underneath your knees. Eventually, I'll just stay this way. Frog pose is feet turning out, coming down here. So you want some padding under your knees. So that would be the full, almost a full expression. But we start with the knees as wide as they go, big toes together. And if you're ready to go to frog pose, feel free to go there. But knees wide, so you're kind of back in this child's pose, but the knees are wide, 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 because it's a groin stretch. It's a groin stretch and an outer hip stretch. And then you bring your forehead down. So this might be, you might say, wow, this is intense. I'm feeling this. Also, if your knees don't want to be on the earth, you can lie on your back and do this upside down if it's too much pressure on your knees. So if you're like, okay, this isn't too bad, then you inhale your hips above your knees. Okay, your hips are above your knees. So you're walking also your arms forward, elbows underneath shoulders. And then you can stack fists, bring the forehead down. Maybe your chest comes down. You decide, but always hug that belly in just gently so you protect the low back. And if this is sort of like, okay, I can do more, then you turn your feet out like a little frog. And then you also take your feet wider so that your ankles are in line with your knees. And from here, your torso can stay the same. You could also put a block like underneath your belly, or you can come down. So you're coming down onto your chest. So find your shape here. And if you're doing the pose correctly, it should feel like your body's splitting in half. It's very intense, but safe. Yeah. Looking good. So find that shape and then just stay there. This is where the space is created, where you receive. So try to find ease, even though there's discomfort here. This is where you get to surrender, which can be very hard. Surrendering to the current circumstances and accepting. So practice here. Where can you soften even more? About 5 more breaths right here. Fully experience the sensation. Surrender and receive. Now from here in slow motion, we'll be making our way onto our belly, if that serves you. So you can take your hands by your shoulders, lift yourself up, and then just shoot yourself forward onto your belly and bring your legs together. Maybe stack your hands and place them underneath your forehead, just integrating. So making a little pillow with stacked hands under your forehead, chin's tucking in. So getting into our shoulders here, this is a really intense shoulder stretch. So just going at your pace, inhale your right arm straight out from your shoulder. It's like a T. And then take your left hand next to your left chest. You're pressing into the earth and you're gonna roll onto your shoulder, onto the side of the head here. You control how far you roll. Palm is facing down on the right hand that's in that T. I like to bend my left knee, take my left foot behind my right knee, and even open through my chest. I have this left palm, I'm pressing the earth away and just spiraling up a little bit, squeezing my hips. You can even lift that left arm up and just let it open, but just notice the intensity in the front of the right shoulder. That left arm can just float, or you can bend the elbow, take the back of the left hand to the small of the back. So you decide. You might just have most of your belly still down and just kind of on your temple here. You decide. And you'll slowly roll back onto your belly. You can take your arms long out in front, bring the palms together so your arms are extended, your forehead's on the mat, legs are together, just kind of integrating here. You've got kind of these prayer hands reaching up, laying on the ground. And then slowly take the left arm out in a T, palm is facing down. Bring your right hand, slide it down so it's next to your shoulder there by your chest, and you're going to press into your right palm. Come onto the left temple and control how much you want to roll onto your left side. You can bend your right knee, take your right foot behind you, kind of catch you as you roll and open your hip here. And then you can slide your right hand down a little bit, gently pressing into the earth to find more of a twist. You can reach your right arm up and let it just fall back, or bend that elbow, take the right hand, back of the right hand to the small of the back. Maybe a sense of gratitude just washing over you. Gratitude for the earth, the air, the blue sky. Gratitude for taking this time to be out in nature where space and healing resides, where new birth is happening, especially in spring. As you're complete here, slowly bringing that right hand down to the earth, rolling back onto the belly. Let's just let the arms be long by our sides now. Maybe you turn your head to one side. Just receiving the benefits of that shape. Turn the head to the other side. Noticing the sensation of just being close to the earth here. Receiving that prana, that life energy of the earth, healing. And then bringing your hands next to your shoulders, bringing your heels to your glutes, pressing yourself up into that modified plank, and coming to lie down on your back. Let's come to where we started here this morning. Knees are bent, feet are standing up, and let's just take a nice bridge pose. So lift those hips up. Maybe you want to do a wheel. Perhaps you want to roll shoulders underneath, or even grab the edges of your mat and pull forward just to let the back bend come up your spine a little bit more. Just opening up here. Open, open, lift high, open, open. One more big inhale. And then exhale, if your shoulders are underneath, release them. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring the knees into the chest, rock side to side, maybe a happy baby. Any final movement, shoulder stand, make circles with the knees. Anything that feels good before you find your final relaxation. You want to twist. Just bring the knees into the chest, let them go to the right. Let your arms go into goalpost or a T. And then bring the legs back to center, twist over to the other side. You get to decide. If you're in that twist, bring the knees back to center. Give yourself one more squeeze. Maybe roll up into a little tight ball. Really squeeze up the breath. And then inhale, release down. Legs are long, arms are long. Shavasana. Or if you'd rather have soles of the feet together, knees out wide, if you want to kind of build off of that space you created from your frog, you decide. So many times we're deciding for others and doing for others. We don't take a moment to say, what would feel good to me right now? What do I need? And don't let your mind decide. Just let your heart, let your body. What does my body, what would feel good? Out of your head and your to-do list. What would feel good? Hand on belly, hand on heart, arms long by the side. What feels good? And then just drop in right there. Turn your engines off. Surrender completely. And beginning to reawaken, being reborn into this day, full of more compassion, more smiles, more life energy, more space to receive the ups and downs of the day while holding your peace, while keeping that joy. Wiggle fingers and toes. Notice the environment around you. Maybe just blink your eyes open. See the blue sky. Find something green to look at. Notice the leaves moving in the breeze. Noticing any sounds. And then bringing the knees into the chest, rolling onto one side as we're slowly transition here, just curling up into a fetal position, feeling the cool earth, maybe the warm sunlight. Staying in this stillness, this spaciousness for one or two more breaths. And riding your next in-breath like a wave, using arm strength to press yourself up. Rising up, finding a comfortable seat. Let's inhale, open the arms out to the side, stretch, reach, look up, breathe in. Exhale, twist to one side, squeeze it out. Inhale, unfurl, open. Exhale, twist to the other side, squeeze, look over that shoulder, twist, detoxify. Inhale, unfurl, get big, get bright. One more sip of breath, one more sip of oxygen. Press the palms together, exhale to heart center. The light in me honors the light in each one of you. Namaste.